Yeah, we're Henry and Peter Wastenage, farming down here, dairy farming down in Devon, and touching into the tip of Cornwall as well. Multi-sited, block carving, trying to do as much as we can from grazed grass.
The grazed forages make up a huge part of our cow's diet, and trying to maximise the length of the season as long as we possibly can. Ideally, grazing 365 days a year if we can. So trying to even out grass supply and get a constant supply into cows all year round's a real big part of what we're trying to do.
We used to run a very conventional system using prilled fertiliser and a conventional fertiliser spinner.
One of the cows, we would have followed them with probably 40 kilos of urea sulphur mix, topped up indices, conventional indices of potash and phosphates as required. Today we're doing similar. We're following the cows on most rounds with the Tow and Fert, but using significantly lower amounts of nitrogen, about 40% of our
original
previous usage. The thing that particularly attracted us to the Tow and Fert though was the fact that we could use a complete complement and range of products through the machine. It's versatile enough to take all nutrients, all microelements, all the biologicals, so we could make a bespoke mix that would be able to create a system for all the different soil types and the different cropping plans that we're growing over. And that was a really huge factor in what we wanted to do. We don't actually believe that nitrogen's very often the limiting factor of grass growth, particularly when we're on a livestock-based system that's got a lot of legumes in it. So the fact that we're just using nitrogen to boost grass growth didn't sit very well with us. Over recent years, we've been doing more mixed species swards. Always been very keen on clovers and grassland mixes, but we do find the mixed species swards owe us a lot more forage going into drier spells, and they also use nutrients a lot more efficiently. We can grow the same, if not more, higher amounts of dry matter with significantly less inputs, and they also give the cows nutritionally more of what they want, so we have lower health incidents. At least a 50% saving in nitrogen usage for the same, if not more, dry matter production. I think we're still learning with the system, and I think there's perhaps still more to go. There are definitely times of the year when we see a response to nitrogen before the legumes start fixing a lot of clover into the soil, and sometimes on rising soil temperatures, etc. But during the main part of the growing season, we're seeing significantly less response. It is an expensive machine, but the flexibility with it that we can cover a complete range of soil types and crop needs, the fact that we can optimise plant growth.
We were slightly cautious that it would be very slow to use, it wouldn't cover the land that we could use with a conventional spinner, spinning at either 24 or 48 or 36 metres, but it's definitely proved that it can cover exactly the same amount of acres that a conventional spinner would cover.
Now we're set up with a decent water supply, and any of our products we generally have in IBC, so we can lift them into the machine very quickly when it's loading. The first time we loaded it was relatively slow, but we got very quick at it now, and I wouldn't say the turnaround's very much different at all. I think with the Tow and Fert system, one of the things that we've been really encouraged by is how much forage we've grown into drier spells. We farm a lot of our grounds in a rain shadow on the coastal fringes, and with the conventional system of prilled products, once there was no moisture around, we would have been very reluctant, or we wouldn't have bothered to go and put any prilled fertilizers on at all. With the Tow and Fert system, as long as we've got some decent leaf cover there and it's been dewy, or there's been a little bit of moisture in the evenings, we've been happy to spread in through the evenings or the nights, and it's enabled us to grow a significant amount of forage going into spells where we would have suffered from drought a lot quicker. I would say we've had a very quick response this year from the drought where, things have bounced back very quickly, yes.